Hey guys, welcome back. It's Nod of Invoked 101, and today we're taking a look at my updated Magistus deck profile. This just got some awesome new support out of the Battles of Legend Monsters Mayhem, and I will be so real with you guys. I thought that all of the support for this deck was in that set. It is not, but we can still get a pretty good and very playable Magistus deck out of it. So without further ado, we're on the awesome Invoked 101 mat. Let's get into the main deck and just get right into it. Starting us off, we have 3 Rilliona, the Magistus of Veer. This is your main like Stratos of the deck, I guess. On summon, it lets you add a Magistus spell or trap from deck to hand, or return a banished level 4 or lower spellcaster to the graveyard. And then the effect her and the original Crowley share is that you can banish her from the graveyard to target a Magistus monster you control and equip it with a Magistus monster from the graveyard that's not a level 4. You can only use each effect once per turn. She has 800 attack, 1800 defense. Super good card. Like, honestly, one of the best cards in the deck. And of course, because it's the waifu tax card. Next up, we have what I actually think is probably the best card in the deck, and that's Triple Zoroa, the Magistus of Flame. He's a level 4 spellcaster tuner, and his effect is you can target a Magistus monster you control, equip it with a Magistus monster from your extra deck. Now, that effect is also shared with Endymion. And then his main effect is that if he becomes equipped with a Magistus monster, you can special summon a level 4 spellcaster from hand or graveyard in defense, but negate its effects. And you can only use each effect once per turn. He's a 15/15. It does really suck that he negates the effects, especially because you're only ever really using him with Magistus stuff, but it's fine. You can definitely play around it a lot more now. Next up, for our new card, we are playing 2 Crowley the Gifted of Magistus. Now, this really does help out the deck a lot. Crowley the Gifted of Magistus, it has the effect of this face-up card, if it's used as fusion material, can be treated as Alistair the Invoker. You can use each of the following effects of Crowley once per turn. If it's added to the hand except by drawing it, you can special summon him, and on normal or special, you can fusion summon 1 Magistus or invoked fusion monster from the extra deck using cards from hand or field. He's a dark level 4 with 18/1000. This is a fantastic addition. So Magistus in this current wave of support got 1 support card for each of the 4 archetypes that make up Magistus, that being Witchcrafter, Magistus, Invoked, and Endymion. And we'll go over each of them, but this was the support card for Invoked, and this is absolutely fantastic, bridging that gap. Because the old Crowley, which we are currently playing one of, is not super great. He's again a dark level 4 spellcaster, and his effect is you can send a spellcaster from hand or face up field to the grave, special summon this card from the hand. You can declare an attribute, this card becomes that attribute until the end of this turn, and then again he shares that banish effect with Rilliona, where you can equip a Magistus monster with a non-level 4 from the graveyard. Speaking also of Endymion, we do play 1 Endymion, the Magistus of Mastery, level 4 water spellcaster, so water, dark, fire, light. And his effect is you can target a Magistus monster you control, equip it with 1 from the extra deck, and then he also has the effect of you can target a face-up spell card you control, destroy it, and if you do, draw 1 card, then place a card from your hand on the bottom of the deck. You can only use each effect once per turn. I really don't like his effect. The main reason he's here is just as like an extra normal summon for Zoroa, because you can normal summon him and equip Artemis straight from the extra. I almost thought that made him better, because you could go him into Artemis into adding Crowley, but it's actually not nearly as good, because that just gets you into some other like plays, like with Zoroa, because that forces you into a rank 4 play, whereas this gives you rank 4 fusion or synchro plays, and I just like that a lot more. That's it for the Magistus monsters. We're kind of going to go through this in packages. So for our Magistus spells and traps, actually, yeah, that's it for the monsters. For aside from hand traps, actually, that's it. Which we'll get to the hand traps and whatnot in a minute. But for now, let's get into the spells and traps. We are playing Triple Trismegistus. This is Magistus's best spell card, I think. This and the other card, but this is a fantastic continuous spell. It says the first time each Magistus equipped with an equipped card would be destroyed by battle. It's not, and then you can use 1 of the following effects once per turn and only once that turn. During your main phase, you can special summon a level 4 spellcaster from your hand, or send this card to the graveyard, special summon any number of Magistus with different names from your hand. So can help you unclog hands, can help you just put bodies on board. The special summon is really, really nice. Like, just having that extra summon in the deck is super great. And this is, of course, searchable by really Ona. All of the spells and traps are. So next up, we have the Witchcrafter support card for Magistus, and that is Lacrima of Light Veer Magic. Lacrima of Light Veer Magic is always treated as a Magistus and a Witchcrafter card. And its effect is you can activate one of these effects, but only use each effect once per turn. So you can activate 2 of these in a turn. And its effect is if you control a Magistus or a Witchcrafter, send a spellcaster, monster, or a spell from deck to grave. And then when your opponent activates a card or effect, special summon 1 Magistus or Witchcrafter from your hand or deck. This is absolutely fantastic. It's exactly what the deck needed. It's an E-Telly. It can set up for Witchcrafters. This is great for both archetypes. The next card that we play is 2 Magistus Vritra. And Vritra has the effect of target a level 4 or lower Magistus in your graveyard. Special summon it. If a Magistus card in your spell and trap zone will be destroyed by your opponent's card effects, you can banish this card from your graveyard instead. This is absolutely amazing. Just a monster reborn for the archetype with a protection effect. So yeah, super useful. And this is also part of the 1-card combo that makes Mechaba in this deck. Then we're playing one of the new Endymion cards. This is Magia Magic Thunder of Judgment. And this card is not nearly as good as Veer Magic. And it's always treated as a Magistus and an Endymion. And it says you can send 1 face-up Magistus card you control to the graveyard, or remove 2 spell counters, then activate one of these effects, but you can only use each effect once per turn. So again, you can use both and activate it twice. But it says, special summon a spellcaster from your hand, face-up extra deck or graveyard, or banish one other card on the field. So for sacking a Magistus card, you get to banish a card. I do wish this was quick play. It is unfortunate that it's not, but it is fine. But again, just a 1-of. For the last Magistus spell, we are playing Magistus Thurgy. Thurgy is okay. It's not the greatest, but it's a quick play spell that says target a Magistus you control, equip it with a Magistus monster, except a level 4 from your extra deck, graveyard, or face-up field. If you have at least 1 each Magistus Fusion, Synchro, Xyz, and Link in your graveyard, you can equip it with 1 non-Magistus Fusion, Synchro, Xyz, or Link from your extra deck instead. So that second part is kind of difficult to pull off. It's not as difficult anymore, but yeah, basically this is just saying like, oh yeah, I would love to, I'm gonna equip something because you stopped me. And again, a fine 1-of. For other spells, we are playing 3 Super Poly. Super Poly is super useful in this deck. It actually plays quite a few targets like natively, and there's some other stuff that you can play that are really good this format with this deck. So 3 Super Poly, and then this card is goated in this deck. I'll be so real with you guys. 3 Small World, and I'll talk about this in a little bit, but basically you can take any of the Magistus monsters, small world them with either Effect Veiler or Droll, and bridge them into anything else. So you can also bridge them with Ash Blossom. Like the only thing you can't bridge them with is each other. So, but using one of the hand traps is like your starting point, because Effect Veiler and Droll are both spellcasters, and Ash has 1800 defense, which a couple of the Magistus do have that. So like you can do some really cool stuff with Small World and bridge into whatever you need. I absolutely love it. Next up, we have 2 Secret Village of the Spellcasters and 1 Terraforming. Obviously, it's a spellcaster heavy deck. Blocking our opponent out is the name of the game. This is a like natively Floodgate heavy deck. Then we get into our 1-ofs. 1 Pot of Prosperity, just for consistency. 1 Triple Tack. This deck is super like Glass Cannon-y. And 1 Called By. So yeah, Called By. You can also play Crossout if you really want to. This deck does play a ton of hand traps, or at least has spots to play tons of hand traps. Pot of Prosperity is a flex spot in my opinion. And then 4 hand traps. I am playing Triple Ash, Triple Veiler, and 3 Droll. And these could be any combination. It's just 9 slots for hand traps. This is whatever you want it to be in terms of hand traps. But I really like Droll and Veiler because these are spellcasters and they do help you bridge with Small World. So do think of that if you are going to be playing this deck. Do think of Small World. So with that is the main deck. Let's move into the extra and talk about it, because we did get a new Magistus card, and that is Zeroa, the Magistus Varathorgrana. Varith Ragna. So Zoroa, the Magistus Varith Ragna, and he needs a Magistus monster and 1 Fusion Synchro Exes or Link. And then it says you can target an effect monster in your graveyard or your opponent controls. Equip that effect monster to this card. When a monster effect is activated, quick effect, you can send 1 face-up Magistus monster card you control to the graveyard, negate that effect, and if you do, destroy 1 card your opponent controls. You can only use each effect of the Magistus Varith Ragna once per turn. 29-29, absolutely fantastic. Again, super poly target right here, going second. And the big thing that you need to know about this guy is he says send a Magistus monster card, meaning that if something is equipped to him in the back row, like a Artemis, you can just send Artemis because it's a monster card, not a spell card. So super important thing to know about him, very important. Then I'm playing 1 Magistus Chorozo. This came out a little bit ago, came out in Supreme Darkness. This is another one of our super poly targets, but it's also a tuner, which is super cool. Says it needs a Fusion Synchro, Exes or Link, and a Spellcaster monster. And it says must either be Fusion summoned or special summoned from your extra deck by sending the above correct Fusion Material monster cards you control to the graveyard. Notice it says Fusion Material monster cards, meaning you can use the back row because it says send the monster cards. So if you have stuff in your back row, you can just summon this using your back row. In Magistus at least. And it says once per turn when a monster declares an attack, you can target it, negate the attack, and if you do, this card gains attack equal to that monster's attack until the end of the turn. Then you can return that monster to the hand. So super useful card. Very cool level 4 tuner. Then we play 1 Iwas, the Magistus Spell Spirit. This guy isn't super great. The main reason I'm playing him is because this is what I want to equip out of the extra deck with one of the other Magistus cards. But all of the older Magistus stuff, all the first wave Magistus stuff, all has effects on field and then equipped. And he's not a bad fusion monster. He needs a Magistus monster and a Spellcaster. And his effect is, while he's an equipped card, the equipped monster gains 1,000 attack and defense. And his other effect is, during the main phase, quick effect, you can target 1 other face-up monster on the field, equip this card you control to it. This card was equipped to an opponent's monster by this effect. Take control of the equipped monster. Also, it cannot activate its effects. You can only use each effect once. Oh, this effect once per turn. So yeah, he's a snatch steal that gives it 1,000. So super cool. 1 Invoked Mechaba. Now, the main reason I'm only playing 1 Invoked monster, there is actually a Invoked Magistus monster that's coming out at some point, but the main reason I'm only playing 1 is because you generally don't want to be summoning Mechaba. You don't want to rely on it. You'd rather summon Zoroa or something else, but Mechaba is a 1-card combo in this deck if all you have is really Leona. So you can do some cool stuff with that and just have it in case you need it. But overall, I don't like him. He's not my favorite thing to summon in this deck. I do like Mechaba. Let me phrase it that. I like him, just I don't love him in this strategy. For other super poly targets, 1 Garura. You guys know it. And then I'm also playing 1 Mysterion, the Dragon Crown. And I'm mainly playing this because it's a Blue Eyes heavy format. We're playing a lot of spellcasters, and there is the potential that you can also just super poly your opponent and take 2 of their Blue Eyes off the field or take a Blue Eyes off their field and 1 of their tuners with just this card alone, and then get some added effects because it does gain effects based on banish. That's it for the fusion monsters. Then I'm playing 1 Zoroas, the Magistus Conflagrant Calamity. This card is absolutely bonkers. We've had this since Burst of Destruction, and now we can finally use it. Level 8 Fire Spellcaster, needs a Spellcaster tuner and 1 or more non-tuners. If this card is synchro summoned, you can equip a Magistus monster from your extra deck to this card. Absolutely fantastic, but that's not what makes this guy goated. It says, your opponent cannot activate the effects of monsters with the same card type, Fusion Synchro Exes, as a Magistus monster in your spell and trap zone. If this card, If this card's in your graveyard, you can target a Magistus card you control, destroy it, and if you do, special summon it. You can only use this effect once per turn. This is absolutely amazing. This guy is what makes the deck even remotely playable in the first place. But now with Zoroa, the Magistus Varith Ragna, yeah, this thing is awesome. Like, these two together just like curb stomp most boards, because now you're able to put out 2 materials, 2 extra deck dudes on this guy, and a 3rd one onto Zoroa. And it's so easy with a normal combo to get to that. Then we're playing 1 Varum. Again, this is just for like a synchro equip. This is actually normally what I equip from the extra to Zoroa, because by the time I get to him, I have an Xyz monster, a Link monster already in rotation in the graveyard, and I can put them just underneath either Zeroa or him. So normally I'm equipping Braum to that, because synchros are pretty prevalent right now. But you could also equip Iwaz, and that's the main reason we're playing those two. But Braum needs a tuner and one of our non-tuners. As an equip card, the equipped monster cannot be destroyed by opponent spell and trap effects, which is super useful. You can only use each of the following effects of Braum once per turn. If a synchro summon card is destroyed, you can destroy... If this synchro summon card is destroyed, you can destroy all face-up cards your opponent controls. And then at the start of the damage step, if the monster this card is equipped to battles an opponent's monster, you can destroy that opponent's monster. So, again, super useful effects on this guy. I actually think he might be the best original one, but, like, right next to... Iwaz being a snatch steal is pretty good, but I like the board wipe, I like the protection, and I like the extra protection that it gives. Then we're playing two Rilionas. Riliona, the Wondrous Magistus Witch, is actually fantastic. This is legitimately their best card. This comes out of Lightning Overdrive, and she really did try to make this deck work. She needs 2 level 4 spellcasters with different attributes, and you can detach one material, special summon a Magistus from your deck. Also, you cannot special summon monsters from the extra deck for the rest of this turn except Magistus. While this card is equipped to a monster, you can target one effect monster your opponent controls, negate its effect until the end of this turn. You can only use each effect once per turn. It does suck that she's not a quick effect while equipped, but it is what it is. She's still an MX Saber Invoker for the deck. I'm going to cut this card. I'm so real with you. I'm going to get rid of Ninaru just because Ninaru does not come up. But a fun fact about Ninaru is she's actually related to Aruru. You can even see it, Nin Aruru, the Magistus Glass Goddess. So she's related to the Witchcrafter one, which is super cool. It's very cool because like the fusion is related to Invoked, and then the Xyz monsters are related to Witchcrafters, which is kind of cool. And then the Links are related to Endymion. But yeah, so Ninaru, 2 level 4 spellcasters. While this card's an equipped card, the equipped monster can make up to 2 attacks on monsters, which is cool. You can only use each of the following effects once per turn. You can detach a material from this card, target a level 4 or higher spellcaster in your grave, add it to your hand. While equipped to a monster, you can target a Magistus card in your spell and trap zone, and one spell trap your opponent controls, destroy them. So she's okay. Like the back row hate is kind of good, but you have to blow up something you control as well, and it's probably going to be herself. Last up, actually the best original Magistus card, and that is Magistus Moon Maiden Artemis. This card is so good. This card is the GOAT. You also are probably noticing that this is a 14 card extra deck. Play whatever you want. Play another. I thought about playing Guardian Chimera because you can play it with Crowley. But yeah, play whatever you want. Play another Synchro. But yeah, Magistus Moon Maiden. If a level 4 or lower spellcaster monster, if another Magistus monster is normal or special, while you control this monster, you can equip this card to it. And then while this card is equipped to a monster, you can add a Magistus monster from deck to hand. You can only use each effect of Artemis once per turn. You can only special summon Artemis once per turn. This is an absolutely fantastic card for the deck. It's a Stratos, it equips, it turns Riliona into a 1-card combo because you Riliona, link off, search Vritra, link her off into this, Vritra, bring back Riliona, equip this to Riliona, and then search again. It is fantastic, and that's how you get the 1-card Mechaba. But yeah, like I said earlier as well, this deck is missing a couple cards. It's missing 3 cards grand total, that being the Link 2, the new Fusion monster, and the main deck monster. Those just don't exist in the TCG yet. But yeah, 100%, like that's kind of why this extra deck is a little limp. But I would 100% swap out Ninaru for the Link monster, and then I would just add in the extra Fusion monster. So that's it for the extra deck, which I think is a super solid extra deck. I like these ratios. I might change up some stuff. It does lock you to Magistus, which is why at least this one does for the rest of the turn. So you do want to like use your super qualities early. But yeah, that is it for the Magistus deck. I know this was a bit of a longer one. Let me know what you think about this deck in the comments below. Let me know if you're going to be playing this deck in the comments below. And of course, let me know what I can do better. And I'll see you guys in the next one.